People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Now, people, it seems as if I just peer black cat around Jamaica because every day we get up, we hear the same bad news, worse news. Now, you know that there were some videos circulating all over social media of some flooding, whole lot of rain, whole lot of flooding in Montego Bay. However, one particular incident stood out more than most because it is said that a car with 4 persons get washed away. 4 of the people washed away. The 12-year-old, she was found in the vicinity of Montego Bay Wharf. The grandfather or elder, 70-year-old, he was driving the car. He had to be rescued. He almost lost his life. The grandmother yet to be found, and I think the next passenger was also rescued. So therefore, 2 out of 4 make it. 2 out of 4 did not make it. These are the details. Based on the information from the Popo, it is said that this family was traveling from Rose Heights, Westgate Hill on the Westgate main road, when them buck up on floodwater. Now, people, here's the thing. Certain areas in Jamaica surrounded by a river, lowland, so therefore whenever any sorts of heavy rainfall, them places flooded. Anybody that lives in these neighborhoods would know that. However, I will get to that later on in this video. So anyways, they were driving Westgate main road when the car water start rushing to the car. Residents them nearby the car was telling him, jump out of the car, abandon the car, everybody come out. So therefore, when him stop the car, him open the door. When he opened the door and let out all of the passenger, the car turn around, the height of the water start to get higher. Spin around the car, mass confusion. Him get washed away down the road. 12-year-old, same thing. Granny, same thing. Next passenger, don't know who that was. Same thing. Him hold on upon some grass on the median, and the people them fling across piece of rope, piece of board, whatever, them rescue him. I guess they rescued somebody else because the 12-year-old wash away and the granny wash away. Now people like me say, them find the 12-year-old a couple of hours after. Marine patrol, border patrol find her in the vicinity of the MOBAY Wharf. I also have the video of that. This is a young girl right here, I guess in her uniform. Better days when she was actually alive. She is now gone. As it pertains to the grandmother, they said that they had to call off the search because the river start to rise. The river get high. And even worse, lighting, bad lighting. Now people, like me say, every year around this time, rainy season, we see these videos circulating all over social media. Every year. Not one year ever pass and we not see that. Same thing, the place flood out. Same era, them flood out. So that means that people get warning, people supposed to know. However, people, Jamaican people have a stubborn attitude and it always leads to their detriment. Not saying that this is the case in this case, but it is quite possible. Now the next thing is that it seems as if the government have to make some sort of extra effort, meaning that whenever them see any sorts of flood rain, any sorts of heavy rain, them block off certain place. And even if they did that, you know, say Jamaican are one stubborn set of people. So therefore, them still go drive around the barrier. Them are going to feel like it cannot happen to me. Me can't make it. I don't want to be inconvenienced. So people, that is that. Let's talk about what the fire brigade said. They had to call off the search for the grandmother because of high the river rise. Can't stop that nature, I guess. However, they also said that bad lighting. Now people like me say, this has happened year after year. Maybe for the past 3 or 4 or 5 decades it has been happening. So therefore, you would have thought that the higher authority, the relevant authority, would have contacted one of those places, not necessarily in Jamaica, overseas, that sell all sorts of searchlights, should in case, just in case you had any sorts of emergency, especially like the ones you've had on an annual basis. So therefore, this should not be any sorts of excuse. So people, that is problem number 1. Not very hard to fix, it is quite simple. However, you just need effort, you just need people, the relevant authority, to take them HED out of them ASS and make sure that this never happens again. So basically what this means is that when them call up the search, we can presume, or we should assume, common sense, logic is going to tell us that more than likely, Granny gone for good. When them catch Granny, Granny is going to be going to the afterlife, or she would have gone to the afterlife already. So people, 2 people gone, could have easily been avoided. The next thing, you as a resident living in low-lying areas where there are any sorts of river, whenever you see anything like this, I better you turn your yard. The most important thing, number 1 priority, save yourself, save your life. No sorts of job, no sorts of appointment is going to be more important than the appointment to be alive. Alright, learn from the one there. Now people, when we see stuff like this going on in Jamaica, especially in a Montego Bay, Montego Bay is always a problem area. St. Mary, Portland, sometimes St. Anne, always a problem area. Montego Bay, tourist town. Now people, I am not sure that the area, Westgate Hill, is a tourist place. However, what I am sure of is that a lot of these places, surrounding areas, all sorts of development, all sorts of top plaza, all sorts of tourist resort. However, no sorts of proper drainage. Jamaica is an island, everybody knows that, surrounded by water, many rivers. So therefore, you need to have proper drainage. Proper infrastructure to make sure, say, whenever the excess water comes in, it goes out. That means that some sort of piping leading it out into the sea, away from the people. Keep the people away from danger. Next thing, relevant authority, whoever those are. Drainage, whatever little drainage that you have to make sure that those are cleaned. Those are properly maintained. Those are properly covered. So therefore, it block out any sorts of debris, meaning bottle, meaning pampers, meaning garbage bag. Anything that can hinder the water from going down efficiently. Next thing, the mentality and culture of the people of Jamaica is what leads to the detriment and a lot of persons losing their life. In the case of this 12-year-old and her granny. If you continuously get up every day You take your garbage out of your yard. You fling over here, so. You fling over there, so. You fling it in all of the inappropriate places. And then the relevant authority, meaning the garbage truck, don't pick it up. Dog pull it over here, so. When water come, it drag it down here, so. Fling it down here, so. Dog take it, fling it over here, so. Where do you think this is going to go whenever the rain starts fall? It go carry it right at the drain, and if these drains are not properly maintained, the place are going to flood out. If the relevant authority don't pick up the garbage, don't make it accessible for people, places, for people to take their garbage on a daily basis, this is going to happen. So, it is the culture of the Jamaican people with their nastiness, dirty lifestyle, and also the culture of negligence, incompetence, irresponsible, relevant authority that leads to this. Now people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. Nature has a way of damaging stuff. Natural disaster take away life on a daily basis, annual basis, whatever season. However, certain things, if the right plans are implemented, they could avoid a lot of these unnecessary DEATHS in Jamaica and people. I think that the case of this case is one that applies appropriately. Now people, the next thing, like me say, whenever you see stuff like this, you are driving, you leave your yard, you realize that it's going to rain. You know that there are certain problem spots. And even if you buck up in a something, you have to make a decision. You have to make wise decision. You cannot be stubborn. You cannot be impatient in life. Because what I think happened is that these people must have realized that, listen, we are putting ourselves, or the driver should have realized that, listen, you know, so me are in danger the life of these people. However, me still I got press on. People, whenever you gamble in life, it is not like a video game. Whenever you lose your life. Point blank and period. So people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.